Archangel Michael says, "You will cry for the rest of your life if you skip. Michael is very serious because you keep ignoring me. I am tired of trying to contact you. I will never talk to you again. You only have 10 seconds to make decision." The urgency of this message cannot be overstated. Time is slipping like sand through your fingers, and Archangel Michael's voice is trembling with both warning and heartbreak. This is not another whisper in the wind, it is a thunderous cry from the heavens that shakes the very foundation of your soul. You have turned away for too long, closing your heart against the light that fights to reach you. Now, the consequences are swift and severe. If you choose to ignore this, the tears you shed will never cease, and the regret will echo through every moment of your life. Archangel Michael's wings, once shielded with patience, now beat with exhaustion and finality. He is standing at the edge of divine mercy, ready to turn away because your silence has grown deafening. The moon trembles behind torn clouds as the cosmos holds its breath, waiting for your choice, a choice that must be made in the next 10 seconds or be lost forever. This is a call to awaken, a sacred summons that pierces through all distractions and illusions. The battle for your soul is not distant, it is here, now, demanding your immediate attention. God says this is your moment of reckoning, the crossroads where mercy and justice collide. The angels watch with heavy hearts, knowing that what you decide now will ripple through eternity. Do not turn away, open your heart and listen, for this message carries the power to change everything or condemn you to endless sorrow. The time is now. The choice is yours. Archangel Michael says, "You will cry for the rest of your life if you skip. Michael is very serious because you keep ignoring me. I am tired of trying to contact you. I will never talk to you again. You only have 10 seconds to make decision." The sky cracked open with thunder that did not come from storms but from a realm beyond sight, a sound so fierce it shook the foundations of your heart. Archangel Michael's voice thundered through the silent spaces inside you, no longer gentle whispers but urgent roars that pierced the fog of your distraction. This is the last cry, the final call before the gates close forever. The moon trembled behind torn clouds as the weight of 1,000 ignored messages settled upon your soul like a storm-laden sky about to collapse. You have been deaf to the wings beating above, the countless moments when mercy stretched toward you, inviting you back from the brink. Archangel Michael says, "I have watched you turn away, heard your silence like a blade cutting through the hope I held for you." His words are heavy, filled with the grief of celestial love exhausted by human neglect. The battlefield of your spirit has grown dark with the dust of missed chances, each one a wound that festers unseen. Now, time is no longer your ally but a merciless judge. The air around you thickens, vibrating with unseen power, a sacred urgency that demands your full presence. God says, this message is not just sound, it is a crossing point between mercy and judgment. You stand on a precipice where a single moment's choice echoes through eternity. The winds howl with the voices of angels who have labored endlessly on your behalf, their strength waning as your resistance grows. The final verdict looms, wrapped in the blazing armor of Michael's fierce love and wrath. You will never hear his voice again if you let these seconds slip away. The world feels thinner now, as if the veil between seen and unseen is tearing, revealing the luminous and terrible truth beneath. Archangel Michael says, if you choose to turn away now, know that your tears will be endless, and your heart will ache with the absence of what could have been. The very earth beneath you hums with divine impatience, the celestial tide pulling you toward a destiny that will not wait. The heavens have cried out your name with urgency so fierce it scorches the air. This is no longer a request. It is a warning carved into the bones of time. God says, I have given you breath and moments to answer. The mercy that clothed you is thinning, replaced by the justice that must come when love is ignored. Your eyes begin to sting with the rawness of this revelation, a flood of sorrow and fear mixed with the fierce hope that still clings to the edge of your soul. The archangel's wings spread wide, casting shadows that dance like flames, illuminating the crossroads you now face. You are not alone in this moment, yet the weight is yours alone to bear. The angels watch, their silent wings folded in expectancy, the final note of this divine symphony hanging suspended. The choice burns like fire in your chest. Heed the call and be saved, or turn away and live with the endless ache of what was lost. Archangel Michael's voice reverberates through your being, a thunderous echo that will haunt you forever if ignored. The last seconds tick down like the slow fall of a blade. The moonlight fractures, scattering silver shards across the trembling sky. The heavens hold their breath. Your soul stands exposed, naked before the fierce gaze of eternity. This is the moment when your story will bend, toward light or shadow. Michael's cry pierces through time and space, relentless, final. You have 10 seconds to choose. The tears you shed now or the tears that will follow are yours alone. The silence that follows Michael's last thunderous warning is heavy, a weight pressing down like a shroud woven from shadows and secrets. Beneath this stillness, a dark veil begins to unravel, revealing the faces of those closest to you, once trusted, now cloaked in betrayal. Archangel Michael says, you do not see the wounds hidden beneath their smiles, the knives sharpened in the dark corners of your life. The moon's pale light fractures as unseen eyes watch, judging, whispering in a language only the spirit can hear. God says, the betrayal you feared is no longer distant, it breathes beside you, wrapped in the guise of kinship and love. The sacred space around you twists, shadows lengthening, as the truth seeps through cracks you never noticed. Those who stood nearest have traded loyalty for silence, plotting in the shadows where light cannot reach. Their hands, once held in blessing, now tremble with deceit. The heavens mourn the innocents lost to their conspiracies. Your heart becomes a battleground where faith wrestles with fear. Archangel Michael's voice cuts through the storm, relentless as a sword. The war for your soul is not fought in distant realms but in the trust you place on earth. The air shivers with the tension of unseen forces clashing, a cosmic struggle unfolding where every whispered secret tilts the balance between salvation and ruin. The veil is torn, and the raw, bleeding truth is exposed beneath. God says, these betrayals are not punishment but revelation, a call to awaken to the spiritual war around you. The moonlight trembles behind torn clouds as the weight of divine justice presses down. The angels watch, their faces grave, wings folded tightly as they prepare to intervene where human hearts have failed. This is a moment of reckoning, a sacred unveiling where illusion crumbles and reality blazes in unforgiving light. Your soul recoils as the names and faces of those who betrayed you flicker like shadows in a burning mirror. Archangel Michael says, "Do not let their treachery harden your heart, for in this darkness, your true strength is forged." The fire of betrayal threatens to consume, yet within the flames lies the power to purify and transform. The moon's trembling light becomes a beacon, guiding you through the labyrinth of deceit toward the path of divine truth. God says, "You are not abandoned in this revelation. The light of heaven surrounds you even as the darkness closes in." The cosmic balance shifts, a fierce justice stirring in the heavens, ready to uproot the lies and restore the sacred order. Your spirit stands at the edge of this storm, trembling yet unbroken, caught between the despair of betrayal and the fierce hope of redemption. The veil falls away completely, and the battlefield is clear. The choices before you pulse with urgency: embrace the pain, rise above the darkness, or be swallowed by the shadows cast by those who once promised protection. Archangel Michael's voice rises again, fierce and tender. The war has come to your doorstep. Choose now to fight with the light or fall into endless night. The moon's fractured glow washes over your soul as the divine struggle continues, relentless, unstoppable. The air grows thick with an unbearable weight, as if the heavens themselves are holding their breath, waiting for your next move. Archangel Michael's presence presses upon you like a heavy armor, worn and battered from endless battles fought in silence. His voice, once a roaring thunder, now carries a weary sorrow as he says, "I have been patient beyond measure, yet your silence drains the light from my wings." The sky above trembles, shadows creeping across your heart, reminding you that mercy has limits. God says, "Mercy has been your companion, but every grace extended is a seed planted in soil now hardened by neglect." The trembling moon hides behind thick clouds, as if unable to witness the slow unraveling of divine compassion. Time slips away, its sands falling faster as you linger in hesitation. The archangel's eyes, fierce and pleading, reveal the toll taken by your refusal to answer the call, a burden that now threatens to consume both heaven and earth. Your soul feels stretched thin, caught between the last threads of mercy and the harsh winds of impending justice. Archangel Michael says, "The cost of ignoring this sacred plea will haunt your days and haunt your nights. A cry unheeded becomes a wound never healed." Each breath you take is heavy with the knowledge that the door you keep closing inches toward being sealed forever. The angels' wings beat slower, their strength waning as hope dims like a dying flame in the vast darkness. God says, "You stand at the edge of a precipice carved by your own hesitation, where mercy's voice becomes a distant echo lost in the storm." The moon's faint glow casts eerie patterns, shadows dancing like ghosts around your faltering faith. The divine patience that once wrapped you in gentle light now sharpens into an unyielding blade of truth. The battle within your spirit intensifies, a struggle between clinging to comfort and stepping into the painful light of awakening. Archangel Michael's voice breaks through the suffocating silence with a trembling edge. "I am tired, tired of watching you drift away while the heavens plead for your return." The celestial war drums beat louder, warning of a reckoning that will shake the foundations of your existence. Your heart races, caught in the swirling tempest of divine frustration and relentless hope. The moon trembles again, hiding behind clouds that mirror the storm gathering inside you. God says, "The mercy once abundant is thinning, replaced by a justice that must come when love is ignored." The night sky holds its breath as the choice before you narrows into a single, searing moment. The angels hover at the threshold, waiting for the faintest flicker of surrender. Your spirit, battered and bruised, must decide: will you answer the call and heal, or turn away and carry the burden of endless sorrow? The toll of ignored mercy weighs heavily, a relentless shadow stretching across eternity. The night sky ignites with a fierce, otherworldly fire that burns without consuming, a flame woven from the raw essence of divine justice. Archangel Michael stands at its center, his armor gleaming with a light that pierces through the deepest shadows. His voice, now filled with resolute finality, echoes through the cosmos: "The time for mercy has passed. The judgment flame has risen to cleanse what mercy could not reach." The moon's trembling fades beneath the blaze, as if the very heavens bow to the unstoppable force of reckoning. God says, "This flame does not bring destruction alone, but purification, a divine fire that reveals what lies hidden beneath the surface." The air around you crackles with energy, charged with the fierce power of truth and consequence. The flames dance like living spirits, illuminating every corner of your being, exposing the lies you clung to and the fears you buried deep within. The celestial fire is relentless, burning away falsehoods, illusions, and the last remnants of denial. Your heart pounds as the heat draws nearer, scorching yet strangely healing, a paradox wrapped in divine intent. Archangel Michael says, "Within this fire, you will find the path to rebirth, but only if you face the judgment with courage and humility." The voices of angels rise in a haunting chorus, their song a blend of warning and hope, urging you to stand firm amidst the purifying flames. The moon, now a pale witness behind scattered clouds, watches as your soul trembles on the edge of transformation. God says, "The judgment flame is not the end, but a sacred passage, through fire and shadow into the light of true freedom." The celestial blaze flickers and roars, a living testament to the divine balance between justice and mercy. Your spirit feels raw and exposed, yet within the scorching heat lies the promise of renewal. The Archangel's gaze holds you steady, fierce and unwavering, as if daring you to embrace the painful truth that will set you free. The flames swirl around you, casting long shadows that twist and writhe like serpents of the past. Archangel Michael says, to reject this fire is to choose the cold embrace of despair, to accept it is to be forged anew. The sacred heat burns away the chains of fear, the lies whispered by those who betrayed you, and the silence that kept you lost. The moonlight returns, faint but steady, casting silver hope upon the ashes of what once was. God says, step into the flame and let it reveal your true self. There is no other path to salvation. The celestial fire's roar becomes a whisper, a gentle call that invites you to surrender, to be consumed and reborn. Your soul stands at the threshold, trembling between destruction and creation, as the Archangel's voice holds the final command. The judgment flame awaits your choice, fierce and eternal. The moment stretches, a suspended breath between what was and what will be, as you stand at the crossroads where eternity itself unfolds. Archangel Michael's fierce gaze softens into a solemn, piercing light. He says, this is your final passage, the place where all roads meet and your soul's direction is born. The moon, now a guardian in the velvet sky, bathes your path in silver clarity, urging you to choose with the weight of forever pressing upon your shoulders. God says, the journey ahead is carved by this choice, a line drawn between shadow and light, despair and hope. The world around you fades into a silent void, a sacred space where nothing remains but your soul laid bare. You feel the pull of two forces, the haunting echo of what you might lose and the radiant promise of what you could become. The angels hold their breath, their wings trembling with the suspense of divine destiny unfolding. Archangel Michael says, I have spoken my final words, I will never call again. But know this, the door remains open, just a sliver, for those brave enough to walk through. The air vibrates with the power of this truth, the magnitude of a choice that will echo in the corridors of time. Your heart races, tears mingling with the wind as you stand alone yet surrounded by celestial witness. The moon's trembling light forms a pathway, fragile yet resolute, leading toward redemption or eternal sorrow. God says, do not fear the path of light, though it is narrow and hard. It leads to a freedom that no shadow can touch. The silence is broken by the softest rustle of angel wings, a gentle reminder of grace still within reach. Your spirit feels torn between the temptation to turn away and the burning need to step forward. The crossroads hums with divine energy, a sacred invitation to claim the destiny that waits beyond fear. Archangel Michael's voice carries both sorrow and fierce hope as he says, if you choose now, you carry the power to rewrite your story, to heal wounds thought permanent, and to rise beyond betrayal and pain. The moonlight bathes your trembling hands, illuminating the scars and the strength beneath. The heavens lean closer, watching, waiting, as the eternal choice pulses in the quiet between heartbeats. The crossroads is no longer a place of indecision but a crucible of transformation. Your soul leans toward the light, a fragile step into the unknown, or recoils into the dark, where endless tears await. The Archangel's final words linger like a sacred flame: your choice is now, or forever silent. The moon trembles one last time, then stills, as eternity holds its breath for your answer.